You've never done this before?
Nope. Ugh. Ah!
It's okay. Just put it in there. It's okay. I Cook, You Measure returns. I'm your host, Jen Mueller. Our guest measure today, a Seahawks staple in the back end of that defense. Julian Love is going to try his hand in the kitchen. Welcome in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Do you even know what you just agreed to or got yourself into?
I mean, it looks like a lot, but I'm excited to get going.
I can't wait to see what happens when we actually get going. It is the holiday season, you can tell by the decorations, but instead of doing a traditional holiday meal, because that's really only one day out of the year, how about a meal that could be holiday and festive like any day of the year? This is kind of what I'm going for.
Love that.
So you ready?
Perfect.
We are gonna make gnocchi. Gnocchi with some mushrooms in a light wine sauce.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure this could be date night for you and Julia any night of the week.
Yeah, we love gnocchi. Feels very fall forward too.
Yeah.
Comfort food. I like it.
Okay, and maybe fuel for game day.
Of course.
Just
yeah.
carb up for game day.
Exactly right.
This is what we're gonna say. We cook with wine on this show. I will tell you that we have white wine out to pour into the sauce. You could easily do white wine with this dish. I'm going a little bit on the other side of things. And if you would grab that bottle that's in the front, it is a Montepulciano, which is really just fun to say. Martin Scott is the former name of the winery that is now Circle 5 in Wenatchee.
Oh.
They have a spectacular property that overlooks the river, the mountains, and this wine is pretty fun. It should not overpower the gnocchi. It should be Italian, but a little bit lighter bodied than.
It's exciting. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, local. I love it.
Okay. Well, are you gonna love opening this?
Yeah, what am I? Okay. All right,
No,
there is
a little. There is.
a little what?
If you wanted to.
Cut the outside. Do you cut it?
I don't.
Oh, you just go for it.
I just go for it. Now, there are plenty of people who have watched the show that are like, Jen, do you know that you're supposed to use that little knife to cut it? And to me, when I'm ready for wine, I'm ready for wine. And I don't.
I don't either usually. And then I just kind of rip it off after I get the cork out.
Now, there's sometimes that doesn't work very well. But.
So we're here with it.
Now, you can try to pull straight up. What I would do, yep. Yes, that's what I would do. Do you not generally open wine at home?
This is expert level. I use the.
No, see, I believe you have to work for your wine a little bit.
I got for our registry, a fancy one. I broke it on the first use. The one you just put it on.
Yeah, and it just spins it for you?
No, way too. It was I was way too tech forward. All right, then I move it down.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. You're teaching a master class in this.
See?
Yep.
See.
Yes.
There we go. All right, it wasn't bad.
No, that was easy.
All right, just go for it. How are we feeling? What time of day is it again?
I feel like this is substantial. I feel like this is the start of a great show. This is what I feel like.
And I'll go there. Still kind of a lot.
I do.
Okay.
That feels like happiness to me. That feels like happiness.
That's good.
How about if we give it a sip before you start working here?
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is lighter than, yeah. Okay, I like it. All right.
And it's just fun to say. Montepulciano.
Pucciano.
Montepulciano.
Delicious.
Probably
Local.
do more. Yeah, we should
Okay.
probably do more than just say the name of the wine over and over again. It's time to make some gnocchi. So have you tried this on your own before?
Gnocchi? Yeah.
You have?
Like
You've
just
made this by yourself?
Oh, no, made it? No. I've tried it. I've eaten it.
you have taste tested it and tried
many times have I
Okay.
tried gnocchi.
Okay, well, let's see what happens when we make this on our own. If you would grab the ricotta cheese.
Okay.
We're gonna put a full cup of ricotta cheese in there. That's your 1 cup measuring, and then there's a little spatula if you wanna use that to kind of scoop out.
Yeah. Prep this, take this off. Right?
Yep.
Just
Oh, wait, hang on a second.
seal?
I thought I did.
You did.
No,
oh,
I
yeah,
did.
It looked like that. Right?
Oh, I was like, wait a minute. Am I losing my mind over here?
Okay, 1 cup.
Yep. Let's go with 3/4 of a cup of Parmesan cheese and 2/3 a cup of flour.
2/3 here, 3/4 here.
Yep.
I'm just gonna scoop it.
Yep, that sounds good. Do you remember the first dinner you made for your wife? Because you guys have been together since high school, right?
Long time. First dinner, so back in college we would do like date nights on Thursday nights maybe, and we would just find a recipe or whatever. But kind of what I grew up on that was always simple that I just kind of always knew how to do because my mom taught me was white rice, black beans, and like a protein. We were Hispanic, and it was simple. After work, she would come home, make white rice, black beans, and like chicken or a steak or whatever. And I think that was the first thing I've ever made her, like that, and like a steak that was just way overcooked. But she faked like she liked it. And yeah, probably that. We've done a lot of that, and then just college time, man. We did a lot of pizzas. We still do pizzas. Just simple, easy, and it's the best when it's fresh.
Yeah, it is.
And so yeah, I would say like those are probably some of the early works of what we've done, and then as we've kind of been in the league, we've tried different, more fun stuff as well. This is 2/3.
Yes. The precision, folks, the precision with that. And since you were familiar with baking, here's what I need, just an egg yolk. So if you could separate the egg,
okay.
And you can put the yolk right back here in this bowl.
Okay. All right, what do I crack this on? Let's crack it here. Just the yolk. Okay, well that's all white.
Perfect,
so,
you're doing a great job.
Okay, let's cut that out. I think you do one of these.
Uh-huh.
Then you do it a few times maybe.
Yes. You've never done this before?
Nope. Ugh. Ah!
Just put it in there. It's okay.
No,
just put the yolk in there. Do you want to try it
just
again?
The yolk.
Just the yolk.
Oh. Are we using the egg white too?
Nope. Just
I can scoop that out easy, right?
Is that what you want to try to do?
I just heard an audible gasp behind the camera.
Well, that's because you're the first guest who has ever been asked to separate an egg. Do you want to scoop that out?
Try.
Well, okay.
Okay, well, we'll just...
Again, it's the precision that comes through. It's almost like you play safety in the NFL.
Okay, that's good enough.
That's good enough.
Yeah, we'll leave that.
I think that's great.
We'll leave that.
I think that's great. And you know what I think we're gonna do? Since we've made a pretty significant mess already in the kitchen, I tell you what, let's regroup because the dough is going to come together next. That's when maybe the hard part begins. We'll take a break and be right back.
Dining in? I'm hand cut for the occasion.
Almost ready.
These moments are rare, so enjoy them. When you can. Sincerely, hand cut steak. Sincerely, Safeway.
We are just about to pull our gnocchi dough together. I've added a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a couple of cracks of pepper, and just a dash, yeah, that's pretty good, just a dash of nutmeg. Remember how on the show I've said, look, you can use more of a lot of those spices if you want to. Nutmeg is one you want to be very careful with because you can taste it like right away. And if you add too much nutmeg, there is nothing you can do. Nutmeg and clove, there's nothing you can do to take that kind of back out. So this is gonna be the dough. If you would grab the fork, and we are gonna combine this.
Yeah, okay.
And the trick with this, kind of like making pie crust is, you wanna get it to form together, but you don't wanna over mix it so that it becomes tough when you go to cook it.
Okay.
So we'll just get that combined.
Everything. Okay.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add our mushrooms in there so they can start cooking down.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna have you put this on the board. Now we should flour this just a little bit. So if you wanna reach in with the measuring spoon or your hand, whichever you prefer.
I'm just gonna go hand, right?
Yep. Let's put it on the board. And you know what this is supposed to look like, right?
Yeah, like little...
They're gonna be like, what is it? It actually stands for like little pillows, little pockets,
Little
I
pillows,
think. I think
okay.
it stands for little pillows. And so you're just gonna make like a 1/2 inch, you'll roll that into a log, and we'll just make that into like a 1/2 inch.
Oh, and you just kind of cut them?
Yeah, unless you have a different way you'd like to try that.
No. Am I forming this though, or am I like just kind of let it be
I
like
would
loose?
roll it. I would actually kind of try to
Kinda
roll
work
it.
it?
So think about it like Play-Doh, right?
Yeah, okay.
Like Play-Doh or pie crust.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Work that
Just kinda
together
work it
a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a new skill for us on My Cook You Measure. Nobody's done this yet.
Exciting.
It is exciting. Here, can I just, I feel like the dough is still a little sticky. I'm just gonna get kind of aggressive with this because we can dust off what we don't need.
Okay.
Now we're making a real mess, folks.
There we go.
So I would kind of get it
Yeah,
kind
there
of
we
like
go.
this. It always makes me think of playing with Play-Doh as a kid,
Yeah, okay.
right? Okay, so now this
Now
should
we
be
can
pretty
work.
easy.
Now we can work.
Now you should be able to kind of cut that right down the row.
Okay, wow, so cutting
Yeah.
these, okay.
Right?
Kinda sticky.
I've
We're
got
still
a
gonna-
knife.
we're still
Did
gonna
you
work.
want to, do you need a chance to gather yourself?
No? I might need a little
We might need a little bit of a break.
quick hand washing.
I would love to see where this goes, but I think the better choice is to take a break so we can start fresh
Yes.
with this. Okay, he'll do that. We'll be back.
We'll be right back.
Hey there, it's me. Food. Whenever you need me, I'm ready for you. Especially when you're busy. And you're always busy.
So awesome.
But no matter what, we find time for this. So go ahead and enjoy the moment. Because there's plenty to go around. Keep it easy, my friends. Sincerely, food. Sincerely, Safeway.
Our 1-pan, 2-plate gnocchi with mushrooms is coming together really nicely. We are just about ready to make the actual little dumpling pillows, as they would be called. Let's add a little bit of white wine to our mushrooms.
Okay.
It calls for 1/4 cup. You can eyeball it or you can use the measuring cup, whatever you prefer. He's an expert.
I'm not.
He's an expert.
Okay. And that should be good.
There you go. Yeah. So we're gonna let the alcohol cook off of this for just about another 30 seconds. And then we're gonna add, before you get started with that, we're gonna add 2 cups of vegetable broth.
Okay.
You could absolutely do chicken broth. You could use whatever you had. You can add a protein to this. This is designed to be a vegetarian meal, but it doesn't have to be if you would prefer to add a little bit of protein to it.
Okay, you ready for it?
Yep.
You said 2 cups, right?
Yes, please. Great. I'm gonna kick up the heat on this so we can get it to a simmer.
Okay.
At what point did you learn to separate your identity from being a football player?
Oh, I had to do that in like high school. I pinned it to kind of my freshman, sophomore year of high school. So random. But I was a pretty good like youth football player in the area. So I was talented at a really young age in the Chicagoland area. And so like, you know, when you're a kid, that's like, okay, I'm good at this. This is what I do. And you know, I'm doing it. All my friends knew, but, like that was like Julian's like the football player. And then I get to high school, and I was a bit undersized, but I was still, you know, just a talented kid. And all of my friends, pretty much in my grade, it felt like got bumped up to the whatever the next level was, let's say JV or whatever, sophomore football, and I stayed on the lower level. They bumped me up, and at the time, it felt so crushing. Because like I know all my friends see me in this light. I'm like I should be on like varsity. Like I'm there, and I got humbled really quick going into high school. And so I'm like, okay, after my freshman year of football, I'm like, all right, you're going to just dive into everything else that the school has to offer. I did a lot of like random clubs, activities. I learned kind of other things that weren't just sports. And yeah, I from that point forward, I just remembered, okay, you can't just be the football player. Like you gotta be well-rounded. Not knowing what will happen down the line for me, just kind of understanding, okay, maybe this isn't your thing. And so yeah, I kind of got humbled early.
Okay, 2 questions on that. What were the clubs? Like you said, random clubs. What were those clubs?
So I was in, student council, which is like, student council. Everybody knows
were
student
you
council in
like,
high school.
Like president, vice
No,
president?
that was
Class president?
No, definitely not. At that point, I was like, okay, let me not do as many things because I had, a few offers.
Right, you had some. He had offers by that point. He knew where his time management.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I had to trim back. I did theater for a few years. On a whim. Just I had a really good theater teacher, Kim White. Still talk to her to this day. She's great. Miss Kim White at the time. I couldn't just call her Kim White straight up. And yeah, she just said, you're outgoing. You should try out for this thing we're doing, or audition. And I did it. I enjoyed it. I deleted all the footage of it.
No way.
I deleted all
Julian.
of it. I burned it.
Why?
But the 2 things
Your
I was
mom
in,
has to have something.
I told her delete the tapes. The 2 things I was in was Mary Poppins. Classic.
What role did you play in Mary Poppins?
I was pretty much like a statue in that one. His name was Nelius. And
you were a statue? Wait, there's no...
A walking, talking statue.
In Mary Poppins? Am I missing something?
It's in the musical. It's random.
Okay.
And then I was in Shrek the Musical. And I was Donkey in Shrek the Musical.
No way.
Yeah. I'm giving you a hidden gem. I haven't told too many people that. Yeah.
Well... Like, give me your best line as Donkey.
Oh gosh, I added because everybody's seen the movies and you can quote the movies all day. And there's walking with the guy who's Shrek, and I was like, oh Shrek, like that's a nice boulder. If you remember from the movies, that's a nice boulder. It was different. Putting myself out there. The musical Shrek is a little more, the Broadway, the guy, basically the Shrek that's in the musical. Donkey is outgoing, a little flamboyant even. And so it was definitely out of my comfort zone. And it was just a good experience. And literally Julia, my wife, now knew me as that and still laughs when she thinks about me doing being Donkey and Shrek.
What did your costume look like?
It was really just a big onesie. We didn't have a big budget. We were a small school, all right?
Wow.
Yeah.
I never knew. I'm a little disappointed, but I'm also very impressed. Here's what we've got. We've got about half of our gnocchi cooking in here. We'll pull this out. We'll put the other ones in just a second. But first, what I want to get from you is to try your hand at Virtual Master Chef. Okay, so Virtual Master Chef is this. I'm going to give you 5 ingredients. You tell me what you would make with these 5 ingredients.
Gosh, okay.
You've got this, though.
Okay,
You've got this, though.
See.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Pork, chickpeas, harissa, sweet potato, and pie crust.
Okay, pie crust only for a loop. What's harissa? I don't know what that is.
It is a Tunisian spice. So think about like a different version of not quite sriracha. You would have like little seeds in there, almost like a chili paste.
Okay, but it has a bit of a...
It's got definitely a kick to it. Yep.
Okay, chickpea, pork, harissa,
sweet
pie
potato.
crust, and sweet potato. Okay, it would have to be some sort of, I think just the pie crust and pork. I'm thinking of like a, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't want to steal the word from you.
Like a hand pie, like
an empanada sort of a thing.
Yeah,
That's
empanada.
what I was thinking.
I think I just work with that, and then we'll just kind of mix in the chickpea, sweet potato. We eat sweet potato a lot, but we just straight up roast it. We make it a lot. It's kind of a go-to, or make fries out of it. But yeah, I'm thinking that. Just kind of use the spice, use the chickpea, use the sweet potato, and a nice little pork empanada.
Yeah,
pretty good.
I like it. Now, are you the one that goes to the grocery store?
In season, not as much. Maybe on an off day, I might. Probably half the time. But yeah, throughout the year, pretty much. I'm at the store. We all go together. It's a family outing at this point.
I love grocery shopping, by the
Yeah.
way. Do you make a list?
I do.
Do you follow the list once you're in the store? Or are you the one that's like, oh, but wait, this is on sale and I feel like this and I'm gonna go kind of off script here and I'm just gonna create this other thing and...
Oh no,
Nope.
I'm a little type A. I follow the lists, but then I'm kind of just like as I'm going, I just see something and I just kind of toss it in the cart.
We are gonna eat this when we come back.
Outfits for Jen on I Cook You Measure are provided by Lululemon and their experiential store in Seattle's University Village. One of just 4 Lululemon stores in the country with a fitness and event studio hosting weekly classes and community events. Visit the U Village store and get connected.
Okay, these are gonna be the finishing touches for our meal. Just a little bit of citrus to brighten it up. The flour on our dumpling, on our gnocchi, has thickened the sauce just a little bit, so that it'll be a little bit more substantive.
Okay.
Look at him clean as he goes. It'll be just a little bit more substantive. Okay, hang on. Ooh, yeah, maybe just a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. We're just about ready to plate.
Oh, pink salt, huh? Himalayan?
Well, I like it's a little flair.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's just a little flair on that one.
Okay.
Would you like to sprinkle just a little bit more cheese on there? Okay. Perfect. Okay. I mean, I think this looks restaurant quality.
Yeah, it looks good.
We
Fancy.
can make this work.
Michelin star.
Michelin star might be a bit of a stretch, but if we could get one on the show, I'm all in. Okay.
Smells good.
It does smell good. What do you think?
It's pretty good. I've never.
Pretty good? I was hoping for a more ringing endorsement.
That's amazing.
Than that.
No, that.
Wait, yeah. Cut that. Let's try that again. How is that, Julian?
Honestly, that was the best bite of food I've ever had in my life.
Okay. Now he went over the top. You know those acting skills we talked about earlier? He's really pushing it towards the upper end of his acting here.
No, but that's pretty good. Again, I'll say that still same words. I've never made a gnocchi before. I love gnocchi. I love pasta in general. And this is like, it's light,
It's
but it
like,
has some body to it, just like kind of the wine.
yeah.
Yeah, I dig it.
Okay. I think this will work.
Yeah, it's perfect for the season.
Yeah. Yes, definitely homey comfort. And that sauce is gonna cook down just a little bit more as we let it sit in the pan. But you know what? We don't have time for that because we're gonna dig in, we're gonna eat, we're gonna say goodbye to the peeps. It has been a lot of fun getting to know Julian and to hear some of the stories behind the scenes, but for as much fun as we had connecting over food and wine, it is not possible for everybody in our community, which is why for every episode of I Cook You Measure, a donation is made to nonprofits working to end food insecurity in our community and put food on the table of those who need it most. So thank you for your continued support. Thank you, Julian, for helping us measure and for making a fantastic winter, fall sort of feel meal.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This was fun.
Absolutely. We will see you next time.
A lot of stuff that my parents were not getting when I was young.
Yeah.
All of it I get now. Like I swear, the first time I got money, I bought a Danimal. I'm like, I see these commercials all the time. Never had one.
Oh my gosh. And did it live up to expectations?
I mean, it's just yogurt. It's just a drink, like pourable yogurt, pretty much.
I Cook You Measure is presented by Safeway, who welcomes everyone at the table through the Nourishing Neighbors program. You can donate in stores or by visiting nourishingneighbors.com.